Welcome to Auction version 4, the latest event management software tool from Auction Systems. In this tutorial, in the winning bid activity in the Event Night series, I will show you how to refresh the winning bids for an item and how to refresh a stale dataset. There is a Refresh Bids for Item button on the winning bid entry screen. Let's say you entered the item number for an item and saw that the panel is blue along the top, which means you could enter another winning bid. But before you could actually enter the bidder or the amount and save the winning bid, you got distracted with other matters. Your computer was idle on this same screen for a while. Before continuing with entering the winning bid, press Refresh Bids for Item. Pressing this button forces Auction to go to the Save Data and repaint the register with any bids for the same item that was entered on any other computer. And in fact, the cashier column will show the traceable initials or name of the person who entered any other winning bids. If the item has no available units, the top panel will turn yellow and you will not be able to enter another winning bid for this item. If you're not sitting idle, you would not need to refresh the bids. If another computer on your network entered a winning bid for this item before you hit save on yours, if the item is completely sold, Auction would tell you that your winning bid cannot be saved and the top panel would have changed to yellow. If an item can have an unlimited number of winning bids, such as for a paddle raise or a fund a need where anyone can pledge to give a donation to your organization, press the refresh button and you will be able to see all the winning bids that have been entered on any computer and who entered the winning bids for this item. Don't refresh the bids for an item like this unless you have a break in the action, because refreshing does take a couple of seconds to repaint your screen. That's all that refresh does. It does not cause your information to be saved, and it does not merge the information entered on different computers. Every time you save a winning bid, it gets saved in the host project. Refresh simply goes to the host data and then locks up your screen for a second while it repopulates your screen with the information saved in the host project. Now, let's say you have an item that has a specific number of units for sale, even if that number of units is very high. Since Auction knows that you can only enter a certain number of winning bids for an item, it must make sure you are not entering more winning bids than the allowed number. Every time you press Save, Auction must go back to the host project and see if any other winning bids have been entered. Then it calculates how many winning bids have been entered and if there are any units left to sell. And Auction will repaint your screen to show all the winning bids in the register, no matter what computer they were saved on. Save, in a case of an item that has a specific number of units, is both a save and an automatic refresh. In the heat of the event, this can seem to be slow. Is there a way to speed up data entry on a multiple buyer item with a set number of units? Yes. We suggest that when a bunch of winning bids must be entered for a single item that has a certain number of units available, even when the number of units is quite high, enter all the winning bids at that time on a single computer. Every time that computer saves a specific winning bid, Auction will check to see if any other winning bids have been entered for this item since the last time it checked. Since this is the only computer entering winning bids for this item at this time, it will see that this computer is up to date and it will not have to repaint the screen or recalculate the number of total winning bids for the item. This is much faster. In a very busy event with lots of last-minute items or walk-in guests, you may not be able to find an item you need to enter a winning bid for, or that name may not appear in your list of names. It could be that the person or item has been entered by someone else on your computer network, and there is no need for you to re-enter the person from scratch. But how would you know if this is a possibility? On the bottom of your screen is a colored box. If that box is green, your screens are up to date with the latest and greatest information in your project database. But if the box is yellow, your screens are not up to date. There will be a button next to the yellow box that you can click to refresh your data set. The only thing this does is make Auction go back to the save data and repaint the screens on your computer to see the latest and greatest information that has been saved in the project, no matter what computer the information was entered on. Then you can look to see if that person or item has already been entered. In a busy event with 2 or more computers in the same project, this box may often be yellow. You do not need to refresh every time it turns yellow. Auction will not allow you to save a winning bid for an item that is completely sold. Refresh if it is yellow and there's a pause in the action, or when you cannot find someone or an item and you want to see if that person or item has already been entered into your project. The next tutorial in the Event Night series will be for invoices. Thank you for joining us.